We're back with Ned Kurus, owner and founder of Neku Investments, Inc., based in Stony Creek, Ontario. Ned, I've often said necessity is the mother of invention. And what I love about your story is it has to do with hard work, perseverance, and sheer grit, rather than a university degree per se. Tell us about some of the ups and downs in your career.
Well, you just mentioned it right there. I have a college degree in police foundation, so I didn't go to university, and I wouldn't say school wasn't for me. It's just my mind was always outside of school. So later on in life, I found that that was maybe not a disadvantage, but I felt like it was till I realized it wasn't. But the ups and downs are failure, and as an entrepreneur, you go through failure. And you have to accept that it's normal, and you have to stay motivated to keep breaking through. So for me, one of the biggest things was when someone says I couldn't do something, that would hyper motivate me and say, no, I'm going to do it. And it sounds bad, but I had an idea of like, if you could do it, I could do it. So really just perseverance and that mental fortitude and grit. And I'm a Hamilton, Stony Creek kid, and we have a lot of grit in that city. And I think I embody that, right? So, and that was it. But you fail, you win, you fail, and then you realize you have to learn from your failures to win. And then you keep pushing forward. And don't take no for an answer.
Where does that come from? Where did it come from?
To be honest, it came from my parents. So I have a little bit of a philosophy where a lot of people growing up, they would look at sports stars, or they would, like, maybe in today's environment, you would look at Elon Musk or Bill Gates or whoever your business person is or whatever. I definitely had mentors along the way. I had a mentor in mortgages. I had a mentor early on when I was 16, but it came from my parents. They were my heroes. My late mother, my father. Just imagine, Ves, and I think you know this, they came to this country in 1967 with nothing. Came from a socialist country where they knew that hard work wasn't necessarily going to get them up the ladder. They were looking for a better life for children that weren't even born yet. That's inspiration for me. So I look at my parents and those are my heroes, not necessarily anybody else. And that's where I get my motivation from.
What a terrific can-do attitude, and I totally relate to that as well. As you know, my parents are from Serbia, and what gets instilled in youth really is very, very important. So obviously they did a great job with that. Tell me, what were some of the rules and regulations that blocked you from doing certain things that you got around and were able to pull off the magic anyway?
I think building relationships is key. So I learned that overseas. And what we were talking about earlier is you can't put a square in a circle peg in some countries, and more so now even here, because we are so multicultural. So my success, or what you would say secret sauce, is building a relationship with people, understanding their needs, understanding what I could offer, or understanding what they can offer me, and building on that. In business, in my opinion, it has to be a win-win. If you go into something predatory, more than likely it's not going to work. So that was the biggest thing I took away, because I literally started I would answer an email and we would do a stadium event in that country a year later. It literally went from an email. In some countries I couldn't do business in for 4 or 5 years till I found the right partners. So I didn't force my initiative on someone. I waited till the right partner came around. So impatience. And I was lucky to learn that from a Korean gentleman that owned that company, and he was a billionaire at the time. And he taught me a lot of those things, but he taught me that relationships were key. And when you work on relationships, it doesn't matter your education or anything else.
So true. You're now in the mortgage space. You do a lot of mortgage brokerage work. What are you seeing out there these days? There's so much talk about interest rates. There's so much talk about affordability. A lot of folks are sort of squeezed with the mortgages that they're holding currently because interest rates have gone up. What did you see this? Did you forecast this? Did you know it was coming?
I did. I was a bit of a canary in a coal mine type of person, which was to my detriment, because I am in the mortgage space and real estate space. So I had a message of non-optimism, but we see things before everyone else does.
Gotcha.
Right now, it's a difficult market. the market is down. But what I will say to people is, don't worry, we don't have enough houses and we have too many people.
Let's pick up from there. We'll be right back after the break.